What's going on, guys? It's Beating the Bookie, and we are here to talk about this week's Valspar Championship. Last week, we did amazing at the Players Championship, cleaning up over 25 units of profit. We went 1-1 in max plays. We did great in matchup play, and we had a nice hedge on Cam Young plus 1,000 that won 20 units for us. Ludwig choked for us, but Cam Young picked us back up with the longest drive ever on the 18th hole, 375 yards. Just amazing, and it was nice to get an outright hedge and not get Shane Lowry'd again, because I don't know if I could take that. This week we head to the Valspar Championship, where we've seen a lot of golfers have a lot of success here. This is one of those, what I talk about all the time, horses for courses, and this is one of those on the PGA Tour that's probably a better example than most. All right, this course has had two-time winner Sam Burns, 21 and 22. He has one of the best scoring averages ever here. Justin Thomas, Jordan Spieth, Paul Casey, obviously back-to-back winner, 2018, 2019. He's on Live Tour now. Talk about a guy who's really fallen off since he took the money from Live. Paul Casey, don't even hear about him anymore. Doing nothing in Live. But this is a fun tournament, and this is a tough course, right? We hit the outright winner here last year with Victor Hovland at 80-1, right? 80-1 last year, Victor Hovland. We're probably never going to see that value on Victor again, as he was playing some bad golf coming into here, but he cashed for us at 80-1. We also hit Justin Thomas, first American here last year. So top American plus 1,200, Justin Thomas. So we cashed Thomas at plus 1,200 and Victor Hovland at plus 8,000. So it was a beautiful, beautiful event for us. We've made over 130 units at this event the last 5 seasons. We've had 5 outright winners here. We've had 4 first-round leaders here and 1 outright winner. So we've done very well at this event. And this year, I look to keep it going. Let's take a look at the past winners here. Victor Hovland last year, 11 under. Peter Malnati in 2024, 12 under. Taylor Moore, 2023, 10 under. Sam Burns, back-to-back, 21 and 22, 17 under. So we're not seeing an extremely low score at winning in this event. Actually, it pretty much varies from -10 to 17 under. I know they've made this course a little tougher the last 3 years, so that might explain a drop in the winning score since Sam Burns won at 17 under. We're at Innisbrook Resort in Palm Harbor, Florida, which is in the Clearwater area. To par 71, 7,300 yards. It's known as the Snake Pit. Holes 16 through 18 are one of the toughest finishing stretches on the PGA Tour. It's a tight tree-lined accuracy. Is emphasized here, plus distance. So there's a lot of emphasis on driving irons and scrambling. Not driving irons, but just, your irons, long irons and scrambling. It's not a bomb and gouge course. It is not a driver's paradise. This is a good course for somebody who's very good with their irons. Say Tom Hoagie from last week, who was probably the best irons player on course, but just could not find his driver. This week, let's take a look at some golfers this week. The favorite for this week's tournament is Xander Schauffele. He's plus 1,000, plus 122 for a top 10, minus 166 for a top 20. Xander has finished in the top 12 here 3 of the last 4 years. In fact, his last 3 times at this event, he's finished top 12. So Xander has some success here. Doesn't have success winning here, but he does have some success here. And Xander's coming back. We're starting to see Xander put together better performances on the tour, right? He's becoming more consistent, right? He's coming back from that injury last year where it took him out of his game for months. Started this year out very poorly, but now he's coming in with 3 straight top 20s, right? He got 19th at Pebble Beach, 7th at the Genesis, and 3rd at the Players last week. And the Players, he was right up in there. He was right in the mix towards the leaders. He kind of fell off on Saturday, but then came back on Sunday. So we're seeing Xander put together better and better performances, starting to get back to where he was when he won majors a few years ago. Second favorite is Matt Fitzpatrick, plus 1,450. I was happy that Cam Young beat Fitzpatrick in the on the 18th hole last week because we did not hedge with Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick had a great round, seemingly until that 18th hole where his wayward drive kind of pushed him out of it. But I will give him credit. He probably only missed that drive because Cam Young put just huge pressure on him with his huge monster drive, and Fitzpatrick knew he had the answer. So tough spot for Matt to be in, but look for Matt to come back stronger. Matt, he is the second favorite here, but I don't really agree with him being a second favorite, not because of how he's playing, but just because of his course history, right? He got 5th place here in 2022. He missed the cut in 2023. He hasn't played this event in 3 years, right? So I don't agree with him being a second favorite. I would have personally had Victor as the second favorite. So Victor is the third favorite. He's plus 1850, plus 200 for a top 10. Victor won this event last year. He did not play it for the previous 2 years. He finished 33rd here in 2022 and 3rd in 2021. So Victor has a great course history here. And, Victor's coming in also playing well, right? Victor, 41st at the Genesis, but at the API and the Players, he finished back-to-back 13th place. We saw Victor on Sunday start out with an eagle on the second hole, I believe, chipped out from the bunker for eagle, and he was within, I think, 2 shots of the lead. He kind of fell off, but Victor has been right there, right near the top of the board, going into these final rounds, the last few events. So I like Victor Hovland at this spot. Then we have Ash K. Batia, 19-1. Ash K finished 17th here in 2024. He missed the cut in 2023. Those are the only 2 times he's played this event. Got Patrick Cantlay, plus 2150. Patrick hasn't played this event in 5 years. Usually he takes the week off after the Players' Championship. This year he is not, because Patrick's playing some poor golf to start this season. Probably the worst he's played in his career to start a year, right? Patrick's got 14th at Pebble Beach, 37th at the Genesis, missed the cut at the API, and got 32nd last week at the Players' Championship. So Patrick's coming in struggling. His numbers aren't too bad, but overall, Patrick he just can't put it all together at the same time on these holes, right? Next, we have Jacob Bridgman, plus 2,200. Jacob Bridgman. He got 5th at the Players, 18th at the API, 1st at the Genesis, as we all know, and 8th at Pebble Beach. He finished 3rd place here last year. He missed the cut in 2024. But, an important thing about Jacob Bridgman, he was the round 1 leader here last year. And he was a round 1 leader with only a -4 score. So we're seeing, low scores, sometimes win this first round. And, this is not a first round here. Usually, some courses, the early tee times favor the, early golfers for first round leaders. But it's not here. I believe 5 out of the last 9 first round leaders here have been PM tee time. So there's really no data that says the early first round is better than the late, or the late is really better than the early. It's really just a toss up depending on the wins. So before you bet first round leader at this course, make sure you check out the wins, and you check out what the wins are doing before you bet. Obviously, you want the lower wins to be for whoever you bet for the first round leader, right? So Jacob Bridgman plus 2,200. He's playing some really good golf, so that that might be something you look at for this event. Justin Thomas, another guy, plus 2,250. We had Justin Thomas 125-1 to win the Players. He was right up there, pretty much up there the entire weekend. Missed the first round lead by a stroke, but Justin was up there all weekend. He finished 8th last week at the Players, and that's coming off an API where he missed the cut, and he shot like 15 over at the API, and coming off a surgery. It was his first event of the year, and we really saw him get into shape real quick and finish great at the Players with the top 8. Justin is one of the better golfers on tour at this course, right? He's finished 2nd place here last year, 64th 2024, 10th, 3rd, and 13th. So Justin has 4 top 13s his last 5 events here. This is very good course history here. That's a horses for courses. And I like Justin Thomas at plus 2,250. You might be able to catch him live. I mean, not live, but you might be able to catch a better number somewhere else. But these are DraftKings numbers I'm reading to you guys from Bet the Number Golf. So I like Justin Thomas at this event. Then you have Jordan Spieth plus 2,500. Jordan was having a great Players until he kind of fell off on the weekend, round 4. just really fell off pretty hard. Jordan cannot put together 4 consistent rounds, right? He's just struggling to put together 4 good rounds any course he goes on, right? We're just not seeing that consistency that we used to see from Jordan Spieth. He's having a decent start to this year, depending on, compared to where he was the past few years, having lost his game. This year he's playing, much better. He got 32nd last week, 11th at the API, 12th at the Genesis, and 29th at Pebble Beach. Jordan got 28th here last year, missed the cut the year before, and then in 2023 he got 3rd. So Jordan has had some success at this course, but Jordan, his fairways and regulation is terrible right now. His iron play is terrible, which is crazy because that's what Jordan Spieth used to be known for. His putting is back to like almost where it used to be. He's near the top of the PGA with putting, but he's just been pretty inconsistent. So Jordan Spieth is a tough guy to back. I don't know if I'll be backing him, but we'll see about that. Brooks Koepka is the next golfer, plus 2,600. Obviously, Brooks hasn't played this event in a few years because of his live golf status, but he finished 12th here in 2022. He got 9th at the Cognizant, 13th last week at the Players, and we're seeing Brooks start to come on, right? He switched that spider putter. Brooks is starting to putt better. His game is getting back into gear as we get into major season, right? So Brooks is another one of those golfers you want to watch out for at the Masters. So I actually like Brooks for the Masters. Here, I don't know if his focus is going to be winning this event. I don't know. I think Brooks is just trying to get into gear, get ramped up for the Masters. But if you look at Brooks' game, he's near the top on a lot of off the tee. His approach game is near the top. Right now, his putter is just down bad, and that's just because he made the switch to the spider putter, and he started out the year, with terrible results, with that putter. So he's getting his game back, and I think he is the one to watch for at the Masters, as long as he can get, stop getting these bogeys, right? We're seeing Brooks put together a lot of birdies per round, right? He has these rounds where he's getting 7 birdies, right? 8 birdies, but then he gets 2 double bogeys, which kind of kills his round. So can he avoid mistakes, stuff like that? But we're seeing Brooks get his game back. And I don't know if he really has the urge to win this event this week. I do know he's getting his game back so he can be ready for the Masters, which just starts in about almost 3 weeks. So I look for Brooks to be in form for the Masters. I don't know about this week. I don't know what his incentive is for this week, but I know at the Masters he will be there ready to go. Next guy we got is Ben Griffin. Ben was probably one of the hottest names on tour last year, but Ben's struggling this year. He's plus 2,900. His numbers have pretty much fallen off besides around the green. He missed the cut at the Players. He missed the cut at the API. He got 41st at the Genesis and 37th at Pebble Beach. Ben missed the cut here last year. He got 17th in 2024 and 45th in 2023. So Ben hasn't had a great success here, with a 17th place being his best finish here. And he's having his worst, I wouldn't say it's his worst start to the year, but compared to where he was last year, winning multiple times on tour, he's having a pretty poor start to the season. So Ben, I will be, not playing this week. If I'm playing him, it's a fade against him, right, in a matchup or something like that. But I'm definitely not playing Ben Griffin this week. We got JJ Spawn plus 3,000. JJ 24th last week at the Players Championship, missed the cut the previous 2 events. He missed the cut here in 2024, 27th in 2022, and he missed the cut here in 2021. JJ Spawn, another guy I won't be playing this week unless it's a fade. Just don't like where JJ's game sits right now. Next after him, we got Corey Connors plus 3,200. Corey is near the top of all the PGA categories this season, right? Except for one, around the green. He continues to struggle around the green with his wedges, and that's something we've seen him struggle with his entire career, so that's not really surprising. Corey finished last week tied for 13th. He got 33rd at the API, 37th at the Genesis, 70th at Pebble Beach. He got 8th place here last year. He did not play this event for 3 years. He got 21st in 2021. So we've had some success here for Corey Connors, and his game is pretty solid right now. Besides around the green, besides chipping, right? His game is pretty solid. Can he win this event? I don't really think of Corey Connors when I think of guys who can win PGA events, because he usually If he has the lead, he throws it away, but I think Corey Connors can get, top 10 here, top 20 for sure. Top 20, he's plus 140, so you might want to take a look at that. Also, guys, another thing to do is when you bet these top 20 bets and top 10 bets, right, make sure you're betting it with the tie. Because you do not want to deal with the dead heat stuff, because that can totally water down your payout and sometimes even pay you out less than you even bet. So make sure you take these places with ties. That's why I like Bovada. And now DraftKings and FanDuel, they both offer with ties. So make sure you're always taking these top 20s, top 10s with ties, because you never want to take one where it gets watered down to dead heat. Dead heat is the worst rule in sports. Make sure you do not become subject to that. So make sure you take these with ties. We'll go a couple more. Sahith Theegala plus 3,700. Sahith got 32nd last week, 6th at the API, 22nd at Genesis, and 60th at Pebble Beach. He got 36th place here last year, and he got 7th place here in 2022. He did not play it for the 2 years after that. So Sahith, we're seeing him start to get back to where he was last year. He struggled a little bit, but this year his game is starting to get back to where it was. Another guy, he has the potential to win, but I just don't see it happening. So that's pretty much, we'll go one more. We're going to go Keegan Bradley, plus 4,300, just because Keegan Bradley, he hit first round leader for us in 2021 at 700. I think he was 70 to 1. So he won for us 70 to 1 in 2021 here with the first round leader. Keegan's plus 4,300. He's plus 170 for a top 20 finish. Around the green, Keegan's been great this year, but he's really struggled in greens and regulations. He just cannot find a green in regulation. He's really struggling. He got 50th place last week at the Players, missed the cut at the API, missed the cut at the Genesis, and 29th at Pebble Beach. He missed the cut here last year. He missed the cut in 2022, and he got 2nd place here in 2021. Keegan, he gave a press conference, after I think it was the first round of the Players Championship, and he said he just hasn't been the same golfer since the Ryder Cup. And at the Ryder Cup, their poor showing has really stuck with him. He said he can't get over it. And personally, that's the last thing I want to hear from a golfer that I'm betting, that he cannot get over a result. The Ryder Cup, nobody cares about that anymore. That's months ago, right? The Ryder Cup is it's an event that's just for basically bragging rights, right? It's time to move on. But Keegan cannot seem to move on from that event, and that's very troubling if I'm backing Keegan Bradley. So Keegan Bradley he's either a pass or a fade for me right now. I'm not looking forward to betting Keegan Bradley unless it's a fade. So that's all I'm going to go through right now, guys. And let's take a look at I'll give you guys a top 20 play, a free top 20 play. Top 20 here, guys. I'm gonna go with Justin Thomas plus 120. So you can find Justin Thomas plus 120 for a top 20 finish. Even sprinkle him for a half unit plus 240 for a top 10 finish. And like I said, make sure you're getting these with ties. No dead heat. You do not want dead heat odds. So plus 240 for a top 10 finish for a half unit, plus 120 top 20 finish for 1 unit. Like I said, Justin's got 4 top 13s here his last 5 years, and he's playing well coming into this event, coming off a great showing at the Players Championship where he drove the ball fantastically. His putting was fantastic. Everything around the green, he was a wizard, and he was right up near the top of the leaderboard the entire event. So Justin Thomas, top 20, plus 120. One golfer that I'm going to fade this week is going to be Keegan Bradley. Just because he's having a poor start to the season, and he missed the cut last 2 times out here, and that press conference gave it all away, right? Keegan has no confidence right now. He even said it himself, right? He's doubting himself. So if I'm fading one golfer this week, it's Keegan Bradley. And one guy I will say watch out for this week for a sneaky top 20, Lucas Glover. He's plus 300 for a top 20. He is plus 120 for a top 40. Lucas, not a great start to the season. Missed the cut here, missed the cut of the Players, 24th at the API. But Lucas Glover, he got 8th place here last year, 11th in 2024, and 36th in 2023. This is a nice course for Lucas, right? It's not a bomber's paradise, so he does very well with his iron. So this is a nice place for Lucas. So my sneaky pick is Lucas Glover, top 20 plus 300. So that's Justin Thomas, top 20 plus 120. Lucas Glover, top 20 plus 300. And if you're going to fade somebody, fade Keegan Bradley this week, guys. The package will be out later today, which is Tuesday. I'm recording this on a Tuesday morning. The package will be out on Tuesday night. The VIP room will be sent to all PGA clients. It'll start to get populated on Wednesday with plays, and we will have 1 or 2 max plays in this event, guys. This has been my most successful event on the PGA Tour. Over 130 units in 5 seasons, 5 outrights in 5 years. So you can't do much better than that. And I hope to see you guys on that package. Make sure you join me, and I will talk to you guys later. See ya.